Good morning, everybody. Today I'm super excited to share from the book, The Quantum Leap Strategy. I have it up here on the screen from Amazon. I would highly recommend it. It's got a 4.7 star rating. And it's very inexpensive, but that's beside the point. It's what's inside the book that's invaluable. It says it's 56 pages long, but there's only about 37 pages of content. It's super easy reading. You can get through it super quickly. And let's start today. It's written by Price Pritchard, the author, and I'm going to read the first couple pages in the book. There's a story called Chinese handcuffs. So let's cut over to here. So these are what Chinese handcuffs are if you're not familiar with it. So here it goes. I must have been in about the 5th grade, maybe 11 years old, when my little rural grade school out in West Texas had a Halloween carnival. One of the junky prizes I won that night was a woven straw tube about 5 inches long. The red, green, and yellow bands of straw were threaded together in diamond-shaped diagonal patterns. The toy puzzled me. I had no idea what I pulled out of the carnival's fishing pond. I threw it back into the sack with the rest of the trinkets and cheap candy I'd won, forgetting about it until I saw an older kid waving one of the same things around on his finger. I got one of those, I said. What is it? Chinese handcuffs, he said. See, you stick a finger from each hand into it, and when you try to pull them out, you're trapped. Here, let me show you. Wait, how do you get out of it? I asked, although the thing looked harmless. In fact, it looked plain boring. Oh, don't worry, he said. It's just made out of straw. I was skeptical. Something about this bothered me. Let me see you do it, I said. Sure, he said, inserting a finger into each end of the hollow straw cylinder. Then he pulled his hands apart, and sure enough, the weave tightened around the 2 fingers. Straw handcuffs. I can't get loose. He grinned as I stared at the woven strands, clutching his 2 index fingers. Then he wiggled his hands and was free. Now you try it, he said. Make sure your fingers are in all the way so you can make it work. It worked. I crammed my index fingers in as far as I could, then tried to pull my hands apart. The straw tube gripped my flesh and held my fingers close. I was surprised, even stunned, at the straw's refusal to yield. The more I struggled, the more firmly the Chinese handcuffs held me. Now I underlined that line, so I'm gonna focus on a couple of things here in the book. And obviously I invite you to do the same. I pulled so hard my knuckles popped, but the straw just dug deeper into my skin. The harder I tried, the worse it got. I started sweating and my face turned red. My fingers ached along with my pride, but I kept struggling. I knew it was somehow possible to break free because I watched the older kid do it. He was bigger and stronger. So I assumed more effort was the answer. How many times, I know I've done that. How many times have I done that? How many times have you done that where you've assumed that the solution to your problem is more effort? Now I'm going to continue reading. As it turned out, trying harder was the trap. Eventually, the other boy lost interest in the trick and shared the secret with me. Take it easy, he said. Relax. Now push your fingers in instead of trying to pull them out. Give it a little twist. Now just ease your fingers out of the holes. It sounded all wrong. Pushing my fingers into the Chinese handcuffs in order to get them out. I did as he said, though, and all of a sudden my left hand slid out of the straw's clutches. Then I slipped the toy off my other finger, amazed at how easy it was to break free when I made the right moves. When that happened many years ago. Looking back, I can see how sometimes life is a lot like Chinese handcuffs. It can happen to anybody. You get caught in habits that look innocent enough and don't realize you've trapped yourself until you try to break free. It confuses and frustrates you when your struggles to get unstuck don't help. You see the other people enjoying personal breakthroughs and assume they must be stronger, more capable, or somehow better than you. Let me go back to the book, actually. There we go. You conclude that you need to try harder in order to break the bonds that hold you back. Let me share with you an old secret about breakthroughs. Consider trying easier. Relax. Take the pressure off. Try a new twist. The solution may be as simple as slipping free from the straw bonds of Chinese handcuffs. Now, that's just the first 2 pages. I don't know about for you, but for me, this was profound because it helped me look at things in a whole new way and how certain situations in my life are like Chinese handcuffs, where I think, or thought I should say, if I just try harder. But in fact, as the author Price Pritchett was saying here, it's our habits, our old habits of trying harder rather than easing up, relaxing. Now, that doesn't mean to do nothing, but for me, what it meant, the Lord's given me a verse, well, a thought before which he said, Michael, less is more. What does that mean? Well, to me, it meant step away from the computer, stop trying so hard, spend quiet time with the Lord, be still, know that He's God, that He created all things in the universe. He created things very quickly in 6 days, and He created things effortlessly. So if the Lord created all things very quickly with ease, and He says, greater is He who is in me than he who is in the world, then I have the Holy Spirit inside of me, then I too can create huge things very quickly and very easily. But I can't do it if I keep doing it the way I used to do it. I need to I need to do things a different way, God's way, not my way. So, bottom line again, I invite you to get this book. Go to Amazon.com, look up the Quantum Leap Strategy. It's by Price Pritchett, the author. Very inexpensive, a quick and simple read. And every day, until I get through this book here, I'm going to share a lesson from it. And I pray that it blesses you. And then share what you learned from this lesson with others. God bless you.